Good morning, friends. It's really nice to meet all of you at this beautiful Vedic village. I think we should compliment the chairman of the Eastern India Regional Council for having selected a wonderful venue on the outskirts of Kolkata to conduct this orientation program. He wanted to create a right kind of ambience to motivate you so that all of you can perform well. And as our chairman very rightly said, it's a golden opportunity in your life to lead the branch. And I still vividly remember my chairmanship when I was the chairman of the Bangalore branch in the year 1996, way back in 96. I still cherish the memories leading the branch, and it's a great opportunity, all of you, and my compliments and congratulations to all of you. Having said this, yes, there is a lot of expectation from you, from your local membership, from the local students. You need to pull out time from your normal schedules. You will have to pull out time from your family. But only one thing which I can tell you, it's worth all the time and effort you put for the branch. And my request to all the chairmen and secretaries who are present here, and of course the entire team of office bearers of the Eastern India Regional Council, please put in your best effort and try to see how best you can contribute to the profession. That is my single request, one line request to all of you as the president of the institute. Friends, having said this, I am extremely thankful to the chairman of the Eastern India Regional Council, Mr. Subhash, for having invited me. He has been coordinating with me the day he took office as the chairman. What is special about Subhash is that he's a very hard-working chairman, I could say, puts in a lot of effort, believes in professionalism, multitasking abilities. And one good thing about Subhash, which I have seen very closely, is that he's a multitasking professional. And in multitasking, it's not possible for everyone to do multitasking, but he can do it to perfection. And that is one good quality which I've identified in Subhash. And my compliments to you, Subhash, for having taken over as the chairman of the Eastern India Regional Council. I've seen your enthusiasm, I've seen your participation in the Eastern India Regional Council in the past, and I'm very confident that yes, it will be an happening year, an action-packed year from the Eastern India Regional Council. And for us at Delhi, Eastern India region is very important. The reason why it is very important is that consistently the region has been performing well. Last year we had a brilliant performance. Of course, we had our past president, Subodhji from Calcutta. Nevertheless, I saw the team spirit of our Ranjit Agarwal, the then chairman, along with the entire team of Eastern India Regional Council members. They worked together as a team and showcased the international conference, the International Students Conference. And so many high-profile events happened. And I would like to congratulate them for the good work they have done, Ranjitji and the entire team. And they also were successful in getting the Best Region Award. That really goes to prove that yes, Eastern India region is very important for us. It's a happening region. All the branches are committed. We don't have much problems and issues coming from the Eastern region as far as we sitting at Delhi is concerned. So everything is good. The atmosphere is good. And we are very happy that the Eastern region is doing extremely well. Then we also have the presence of my beloved council member, I could say, Sumantra Guha. I had the opportunity of working with him for the last 4 years in the council. One thing good about Sumantra Guha is that he's a very silent worker, a very silent, dedicated member of the council. Last year I had the opportunity of working with him in the disciplinary committee and also the examination committee. Committed, ensures that he attends all the meetings on time, puts in best efforts to ensure that he does his job to perfection. And that is Sumantra Guha. And we are very fortunate to have Sumantra ji on the council. And this year he is a part of the executive committee. Generally what happens when the executive committee consists of one member from each region, and the president would go for the best choice, generally. So Sumantra Guha has been my best choice in your region. And very proactive, open to new ideas, always comes out with practical solutions. And he has a lot of good qualities which I found in him, which I said, yes, we need the experience, we need the support of Sumantra Guha for the executive committee. And you will be seeing a lot of action from Sumantra Guha ji. And I'm very happy to inform you that the infrastructure policy of the institute has been approved by the council. we'll be sharing with you shortly. This was pending for quite some time, and we have come out with a robust infrastructure policy to put all the infrastructure projects on the fast track. And my request to all the branch chairmen, yes, if you have some requirements of either putting up an additional block or an auditorium or a reading hall or a computer center, we are there to support you. You can start working on these projects and give it to us, and I can assure you on behalf of our good friend Sumantru also, who is there in the executive committee, we'll approve all these projects on a fast track basis so that you are able to complete it before you lay down office. And what is very important for all of you to keep in mind is that every chairman can do a conference, every chairman can do a students' convention, but what is important is you identify one or two initiatives that will be impactful. People should say, yes, in his year, this particular activity has happened. Doing a conference, any chairman can do it. It's no big deal to do a conference. I don't give any additional marks for a chairman who does a beautiful conference, has a very good audience, good food. No. Do something impactful that is sustainable. People should say that, yes, this activity done by this chairman was good and it is really working well for the profession. So it is your idea. And it will be different from each of your branches. We'll have a different requirement. Maybe you might have a requirement of a reading hall. You please plan and have one or two significant initiatives that can impact, and people should say, yes, we had a very good year. Then I would also like to recognize the presence of Mr. Pramod Rungta, the Vice Chairman, Anirban Datta, Manish Goel, Treasurer, and then of course Ranjit, I've already said, Sunil Kumar Sahu from Bhubaneswar. I'm very happy that this team will function with you, because finally, friends, it is the regional council members who are there to support you. Anything you would like to reach out to the institute, I'm sure you'll have to reach out to the regional council members. They'll be extremely supportive of all your endeavors, and I'm sure, knowing them very well, all of them very well, they'll be able to guide you properly and see how best you can work for the welfare of the members. And finally, the chairman and secretaries of all the branches of the Eastern India Regional Council, I'm very happy to meet all of you. And this year, what we decided was, we decided that the president and vice president should travel to all the 5 regions for the orientation programs, because this is only one opportunity I get to meet all of you together. I'll be meeting 146 chairmen in 1 week. We started our journey day before yesterday. From Bangalore, went to Mumbai, and Mumbai we had the orientation program where all the 31 branch chairmen of the Western India Regional Council were there. A similar interaction program, a closed door meeting. Then we had an interaction with the members, and then we came to Calcutta. Then tomorrow we are going to the south, where they're doing it in Kodaikanal. From there we are going to the northern region, and then lastly the central region. Then we would like to see that all the 146 chairmen of the various branches are motivated. We want to encourage them. I would like to present my action plan and tell them what is it I expect as a president of the institute, as a leader of the institute. So my intention is to articulate my action plan, explain my action plan, and tell you what exactly I want each one of you to do for my action plan. So it's a great opportunity for us to meet all of you and personally know all of you. And I can only say that there is, we need to bridge the gap between the president and the chairman of the branches. Of course, we have the regional council also. You should feel comfortable to reach out to us. You should feel happy to send a mail to us. And the intention of doing these programs is to see that you are comfortable with the leadership. You should feel part of the entire team. For me as a chairman, I might have an attractive action plan, but if each one of you don't implement it at your respective places, my action plan, will be on a PowerPoint presentation like this, or it will be on a paper. And my intention is very clear. I would like to want you to buy into my action plan and see how best you can help me achieve it. And in fact, our chairman has been kind enough. He told me the moment he saw my action plan when he was in Delhi on 12th of February, sir, I will align my action plan along with your aligned plan. He was very kind enough. He has published the action plan in the Eastern Regional Council newsletter. And I'm sure each one of you, each branch can have an action plan that is suiting your requirements. And if you're able to align with your regional action plan and the All India action plan, I think your framework for the various activities, what you need to do would be ready. So absolutely important for you to plan and have a very nice action plan for your branch and see how best you can achieve it in the next 11 months. Friends, having said this, I would straight away go to my action plan as to tell you what exactly we plan to do this year. This is the theme for the year, moving towards new frontiers. We would like to send a message to society at large. Yes, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is the second largest accounting regulator in the world. The profession is popular. We are growing fast. We have a young membership. And we as a profession are looking at getting into new frontiers. When we talk about new frontiers, as a leader of the profession, I would like to say that yes, our profession is dynamic. Our profession is progressive. Our profession is adapting to the changes taking place around us. So this is the message we want to say. And within the profession, when we talk about new frontiers, we talk about new professional opportunities for our members. Today, what is happening is we have a young membership. The young members are no longer interested in bank audits. They are not interested in C&DG audits. They are not interested in audit, conducting internal audits, tax audits. They want to do something different. I'm sure you would have interacted with a lot of youngsters. I come from a city like Bangalore where there's so many young members there in Bangalore doing multiple things. And when I interact with them, I get enthused. I see that they're doing something new, something different. And that is what we want to say, that yes, the profession is moving towards new frontiers. We would like to say that the young professionals in our entire fraternity are doing new things. It could be forensic audit, it could be international taxation, it could be IFRS consulting, it could be ERP implementation. Various things are there for our members to specialize. And depending on the region or the place where they come from, we find that the youngsters are getting into new areas of practice. If you want me to share an example what is happening in Bangalore, Bangalore is an IT hub. A lot of young CAs are in the top IT companies like Wipro, Infosys, TCS. They are into software development. They are into development of IT application tools for the financial services space. We find a lot of chartered accountants actively supporting the startup. Startup consulting practice is a very big practice in Bangalore. Today what is happening is many startups in Bangalore look at chartered accountants who can manage the entire finance function, right from accounting, payroll, compliances, end-to-end 360-degree services are provided by the CA firm. So you have a lot of young CAs focusing on consulting practice in the startup space. They have a bouquet of 10 to 11 startup clients and they are able to get a monthly retainership fee for the kind of services what they are offering. So what I mean to say is that today the profession is changing. The expectation of the industry is changing. You as a chartered accountant, they don't want you to be a traditional person doing a tax audit or a statutory audit. They want you to do something different. So this is what we would like to convey, that yes, our profession is moving to new frontiers. Number two, we also want to say, if a young professional wants to go overseas and explore new opportunities, there are plenty of opportunities. Today we are present in 22 countries. We are planning to add another 10 chapters this year. So he can explore the world. And during our experience, wherever we have gone, various countries around the world, they have always said that Indian CAs are the best. You go to a place like Dubai, you find that 1,500 CAs are there. When we interacted with the top CFOs and CEOs of various companies, they have said that Indian CAs are the best. I had the opportunity of meeting the CEO of Etisalat. Etisalat is a leading telecom player in Dubai. When I interacted with him, he said, Mr. Raghu, we have 140 CAs, 80 of them are from your institute and we are very happy with them. And we have chartered accountants from Nepal, we have chartered accountants from Pakistan, we have chartered accountants from England, but yes, we are happy with your CAs. And he demonstrated by showing me the numbers. That gives you a satisfaction as a leader of the profession that yes, our Indians are doing well. So we want to empower more and more young professionals to take up global opportunities. And we want to tell them, yes, a lot of new frontiers are there. So what I mean to say, this theme has multiple meanings when we talk about moving towards new frontiers, and our focus would be to see how best we can help the members to move forward. Having said this, I would identify 12 areas of strategic importance which will be focusing this year, which I would require your support and participation. The first area of strategic focus would be leadership and influence. As you know, we are leaders among leaders. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India today is the apex regulatory body for the accounting profession. The government looks upon us, whether it's the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, whether you talk about the regulators like RBI, SEBI, IRDA, they all look upon us for our suggestions. We are coordinating with them very closely. We are working with them with all these ministries to see how best we as a profession can help them in nation building. And we would like to continue to demonstrate our leadership. We would like to continue to demonstrate our influence on the government. And I can only say one thing, that yes, the leadership in the country also has a good word about the profession. When we had Mr. Pranab Mukherjee in Calcutta last year, I think all of you were witnessed, he had good words about the profession. When we met Manmohan Singh, he had good words about the profession. When we met the finance minister, they all have a very good feeling about the institute, about the profession. I think we should all be happy about it. When the VCS scheme was launched, it didn't take off. So we got a call from the finance minister asking us to meet. And when we met him, he said, your members helped us to make the VCS, the voluntary disclosure scheme under the income tax, a success. We want your support. And that is when we volunteered, we put our thing, we said, why don't you do a webcast? For the first time in the history of the institute, a live webcast was done from the Ministry of Finance, from Parliament, and this from the Ministry of Finance office, and it was beamed live to about 25,000 chartered accountants across the country. And after the conclusion of the scheme, which became a big success, we had a call from the Revenue Secretary saying that, yes, Mr. Raghu, we are very happy with the kind of proactive support you have given us for the scheme. The scheme has been a success. This is what we expect the leadership, the bureaucrats to think about the profession. And only one thing which I would like to say is that we would like to continue our dominant role as an influencing regulator. Number two, on the Companies Act, we would like to support the Ministry of Corporate Affairs in smooth implementation of the Companies Act. There are many challenges before us as far as the Companies Act is concerned. The committee, the council has deliberated in great detail. A separate group was set up to identify the core issue that is relevant to the profession. And we have identified 4 issues that could directly impact the profession. Number 1 is rotation of auditors. We have said that rotation of auditors is fine, but please keep the private limited companies out of audit rotation. The moment you make audit rotation applicable to private limited companies, India has got so many small and medium practitioners, and many chartered accountants would lose out on the audits of private limited companies once in 5 years. We said 1% companies which is being, coming up in the new Companies Act, and the private limited companies should be outside the ambit of audit rotation. Number 2, we have also told them, please keep the cap on the number of audits also away from the private limited companies. You can have any number of private limited companies. Today there's a cap. The current rules that has been notified by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs says that you can't have more than 20 private limited companies. So we have said that please don't do that, remove the cap, for which they have definitely said we'll look into it. The third thing we have talked about, NAFRA, National Financial Reporting Authority, we have said it is not required, we are doing our job well, we are having a strong disciplinary process. There's no need for us to have multiple regulators. And we have said that whatever you would like us to do, we will do it, and there's no need for them to have a multiple regulators, and let them not do the same job what we are doing, for which they have also said they look into it. And lastly, we have talked about fraud. Today, the role of a statutory auditor has increased so much, you literally have to put in a lot of effort to discover the frauds. When we talk about fraud, it talks about frauds that on the company by the management, frauds on the company by outsiders. And as a statutory auditor, you have a limited role to play in this. So what we have said is, yes, we have a role to play in discovering frauds, but let it be aligned to the definition what we have talked about in the standards on auditing. Let it not be a wide open thing, because currently the definition of fraud has not been defined. It will be a huge responsibility. So what we have decided is, when we met the Minister of Corporate Affairs, Sachin Pilot, and we explained to him, he said, yes, we are with you, Mr. Raghu. Definitely we will look into all these 4 issues that has been raised. So the message why I am giving to you all these things, friends, is that tomorrow when you go back to your branches, you will have the members coming to you and asking you, what has the institute done on audit rotation? What has the institute done on the cap on the number of audits? What has the institute done on NAFRA? What has the institute done on fraud? I think you as the branch chairman should have the first-hand knowledge of what is happening. I think this calls, that is the reason why I am trying to explain to you, so that you are able to convince the membership down the line and tell them that yes, this is what the institute is doing. So we would like to implement the Companies Act, smooth implementation of the Companies Act. The Corporate Laws Committee would like to see how best we can facilitate this process. The next important development is IFRS convergence. We are keen to move forward. The Council, in its recent meeting held last week, has approved a new roadmap. Now, what we have proposed is, the earlier roadmap, we had a roadblock. The reason why we had a roadblock was there are a lot of tax issues coming. With fair value accounting coming in, tax issues were there. The Ministry of Finance was not keen for the new IFRS. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs said your profession is not prepared. Industry said we are not interested in the new IFRS. So we decided that yes, let's begin somewhere. And when we hosted the regional IFRS policy forum, where more than 42 countries participated last month, we found that in many countries, IFRS was applicable only to consolidated financial statements, and as far as standalone statements, they were following the local gap. We thought, why don't we do the same thing in India? Very swiftly, after I assumed office as a president, when we had the regional policy forum, when we interacted with many countries, we saw that this was distinctly visible in all the countries. We took an agenda item in the Accounting Standards Board, and I'm extremely happy to inform all the branch chairmen present here that ASB and the council has cleared. Now IFRS would be implemented from 1st of April 2016. And all companies who are preparing the consolidated financial statements have to prepare the consolidated financial statements adopting IFRS. That is the Ind AS, what we call it in India. So we would begin the IFRS regime with this, and 2015 and 16 comparables also would be there. So we see a lot of opportunity for our members in helping companies, because today what is happening, many investors who are looking at investing in India would want the financial statements of our Indian corporates to be IFRS compliant. To facilitate foreign direct investments coming in, we said yes, we should do it, and let's get started, because 130 countries are following IFRS. We can't say we are not interested. We have to align ourselves with what is happening globally. That is the intention. And next is global recognition. Today what is happening is, as I told you, we have 22 foreign chapters, and chartered accountants are there in almost all countries. You take Africa, UK, United States of America, Singapore. Gulf is where the major activity is taking place. We have almost about 10 chapters, and more than 10,000 CAs are there. One reason why Gulf is attractive is that there's no taxation there, number one. Number two, members who are there can save a lot of money. So we find there's a lot of opportunities for our members in the Gulf region. The second happening region is Australia. Many CAs are going to Australia. Australia, we have a chapter in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane, and more than 2,000 CAs are in Australia, and we see a huge potential for more members to go to Australia. And third is Singapore. So we would like to support the members who are interested to go abroad. We'll be coming out with electronic welcome packs that gives details of each of the country, what are the visa requirements, who are our chapter members, what are the mutual recognition agreements we have done, and we would like to empower more and more young members to take up global opportunities. We have the International Affairs Committee that is working towards this, and I can assure the members present here that yes, we'll have more mutual recognition agreements with other countries also. Our MRA with Australia and England is doing very well. So we would like to strike MRAs with other countries so that more and more people can take up global careers. And when we travel around the world, when we meet our members there, they're all extremely happy to be there. You know, they're able to work in attractive, you know, what do you say, they're able to work in attractive environments. So we would like to focus on this space and see how best we can empower more and more members to go abroad. Then thirdly is the members in industry. Each one of you would agree with me that it constitutes 50% of our membership. So you need to design and plan programs that would attract the members in industry. I remember having seen some activities for the members industry in a few branches. Maybe every Saturday you can dedicate for the members industry. I think the Bangalore branch where I come from did this activity, which was a big success. Today, every Saturday there's a program for members industry. About 400 to 450 people attend this program. Maybe you can plan something like that for the members industry so that you can have. We at the institute would like to support them. We would like to see. That is the reason today they're not able to come to seminars. You speak to any guy in the industry, he says, "Nahi yaar, time nahi hai aane ke liye." Seminar halls, they don't want to come to seminars. So we have used e-learning, we have used webcasting to reach out to them so that they can have content. And if you have any company in your neighborhood that is having 25 CS, you can tell them to set up a study circle. We are permitting them to set up study circles, though they can conduct programs on their own. Plus we are conducting campus interviews in 15 locations for the benefit of members, and this time the highest intake of CAs, 35% of intake was there of the total campus interviews, because number of CAs were less. 35% of the members were taken up, and the average pay package has gone up actually this time compared to the previous year. I think it's about 6.5 lakhs, which is very good for the profession. So we would continue to focus on the members industry. Members in practice, yes, that is our core area. In fact, many members in industry say your institute is working only for the members in practice. Most of your activities are tailored only for members in practice. And in the members in practice, there's a lot of things which you can do. The current biggest challenge what I see in the members in practice is they're not able to move forward. Let us say you are coming from a small place like Raniganj or maybe Durgapur or Sambalpur. You might find that the chartered accountants say that, sir, we are not able to grow our practice, our billings are not improving. These are the common things they might tell you. You need to tell them, yes, if at all they want to grow to the next stage, they have to specialize. Today, a lot of areas are opening up. Certification courses are there. I would recommend if any of your branches have not launched any certification course, our certification courses are 13 certification courses we have. They're extremely good. In fact, the certification course on direct tax, indirect tax is a big hit in all the small centers. See, indirect taxes is one area where there are many CAs not there in this space. Every location we find, I think Sumantra Go would agree with me, indirect taxes, not many people are there who are specializing in indirect taxes. We need to create practicing professionals in that area. So for the best thing for you to create additional practicing professionals in these areas to do the certification courses, and these certification courses are very good. So please plan some certification courses at your branches and see how best you can empower our small and medium practitioners. so that members in practice are benefited. We have an SMP committee, Small and Medium Practitioners Committee, that is there at the IFAC level and also at the CAPA level, Confederation of Asian Pacific Accountant. We would like to empower the SMPs. 98% of our members are SMPs. We have to live with this fact and we have to support them. And I think each one of you as a chairman should try to see how best you can help the small and medium practitioners. We have an SMP committee where we do a lot of activities for them. We provide concessional insurance, concessional motor insurance, concessional medical insurance. We give them free billing software, accounting software. Some of them are doing well, some of the initiatives have not done well. But yes, we want to continuously keep trying to see how best we help the members in practice. This year, we have taken up 2 new areas for focus, that is on women empowerment. Every leader would like to do something different. I said, why not do something for the women? 22% of our membership today are women. I think it's a big number. I think Madam would agree with me. And when you go around the country, you will be able to see a dominant number of women members. And women members have genuine challenges. Like for example, first 5 years everything is fine. The moment they qualify, they get into a job, they get into some firm or they get into some company, they're able to get a good salary. Yes, then they get married, they have children, they have challenges at home, they're not able to pursue their professional career. And this is common. I'm sure all of you would have interacted with many women members. They say, sir, my father was very keen that I should become a CA. I worked very hard. I became a CA. First 5 years was good. I got married. My husband is selling, take care of my parents. My husband is selling, take care of the kids, and I'm not able to pursue. Next 10 years become a challenge for them. They're disconnected with the profession. And the profession is so dynamic. I think all of you would agree with me. There's so many changes taking place every day. And if they're disconnected for 10 years, then after 10 years, they find themselves nowhere. So what we decided is, we will help them to get into a limited engagement. So we have decided to launch a flexi working portal for the women members. So let us say there's a neighborhood woman in the neighborhood who is ready to work from 12 to 4. She has to register herself on the portal and say, yes, I am available to, anyone from 12 to 4 for limited engagement. And I will request all the member firms across the country and popularize this flexi working portal. So let us say you are in Salt Lake. Your office is there and you're looking for some professional women member who can be able to assist you in your practice from 12 to 4. You can just go to Calcutta, then type Salt Lake, and you can have a list of CAs in the neighborhood who are there in Salt Lake. You can touch base with them and you can get into an engagement. Because what is happening is women members are not ready to go out and ask for work. When many members come and ask me, sir, this is what I said, why don't you reach out to some member and ask them if there's any job? I will know, sir, I would not like to go. Somehow I don't like it. So to break this, we thought we'll create this flexi working portal. I'm very happy to inform you that this portal is in the final stages and very shortly we'll launch it. So anyone who would like to work on a flexi hour basis, they can register online, and we'll tell all the member firms and the corporates around the country that yes, this is available. You can look at the service of our members. I'm sure this particular initiative would be well appreciated by the women members, and our intention is to empower women members. That's our intention. And number 2 is, today the New Companies Act says that one of the independent directors should be a woman, lady. So we thought we'll pitch into the corporate world. We'll tell the corporate world, yes, if you want to have an independent director woman, Amara women CA are the best. So we want to do capacity building programs for them. We are launching 12 capacity building programs across the country to begin with. We can do more, where we will tell the women to attend this program, and once they do it, we make a panel. And this panel is open to any corporate, any listed company in the country. If they are looking at some women member who's having an exposure of being an independent director, or if she has gone through this training program, we will permit the companies can use this panel to look at women members, because being independent directors is one good thing, but they should know what are the duties, responsibilities, challenges. It's not easy. You be on the board of an independent director of a company, and that company is doing all sorts of manipulations. Then you have a very important role to play as a woman member. We want to guide them and tell them what is expected from them. So what I mean to say is that women empowerment is one focus area, and you in the branch level can definitely plan a lot of activities in trying to see how best you can help the women members. The Women Members Empowerment Committee is coming out with an action plan for the year. They'll be sharing with all the branches. But yes, you are free to do whatever you feel like in empowering the women members in your respective branches. And I'm sure this step would be would be appreciated by all the women members in your particular place. Then another area of focus this year, young members. Why young members? Yes, you have a young leader in me. I thought, why don't I focus on the young members? So we found that 50% of the membership is below the age group of 35. And why don't we do something to them? As I told you, they are not interested in traditional areas. They want to do something different. Maybe that is the reason why we have set up this committee. And we want to encourage them to get into practice. Today, why they are not interested to get into practice? Because they want to start earning from day one. We need to change this perception. We need to tell them that this is not fine. You need some time to settle down in practice. And we need to move away from members from industry. Because friends, if we don't try to encourage members to get in practice, I see a very big danger for the profession. Last 5 years, I think all of you would agree with me that hardly we have had any practicing members joining the profession. If we allow this trend to continue for another 5 years, after 10 years, where do we stand? We have a whole lot of senior members practicing and absolutely no youngsters, and the industry would find our profession not able to support them. So we need a talented team of young professionals who can get into practice, get into different areas, and we want to encourage them, drive them, and tell them you have to get into practice. This is one focus area. Young Members Empowerment Committee exactly will do this. We will try to see how we can support them, motivate them to get into practice. This is our agenda, and we also have a lot of plans for the young members. Since a lot of young members are there in each of your branches, I think you should plan for some empowerment program for the young members. The best thing for you is to call all the youngsters to one meeting, informally have a brainstorming and tell what is it they expect from your branch as a chairman. Try to map all that and try to work on them. That would be the best way to go about empowering the young members. So these two areas are strategic focus, young members and women members. Student initiatives. Today we have 10 lakh students. Long distance training program. We provide suggested answers, study material. We have coaching classes around the country. We have tuitions happening. And one big concern what we have is that the quality of the reason why the pass percentage is very low, 3.5%, is that they're not reading from the study material. I think you need to drive this message to every student that they have to prepare from the study material. Sumantra Gu would agree with me. Last year we were in the exam committee. Each and every examiner comes and tells us, when we in examination committee, we interact with each and every examiner of a subject. Let us say accounting, we interact with the examiner. Everyone says, sir, we find that your students are not preparing from the study material. Their knowledge is not deep. Today they just want to prepare from the tuition notes. That is not sufficient. Preparing for the CA examination from the tuition notes is not adequate. You need to communicate this to the student community whenever you interact with them, that they have to prepare from the study material, suggested answers, revision test papers. Very important, very critical. Or else, yes, you will have 3.5%. So we would like to see how best we can support the student initiatives. So we don't have a campus where we can, tell them that is what we do. We plan to launch a cloud campus. When you go around the world, when you see some of the foreign universities, most of the foreign universities have a cloud campus. Everything is connected on the net. Today, there is nothing like you go to Singapore or go to England. There's nothing like that you have to attend your classes. You are a student there. You're given a lot of projects. You can work at your home. You can sit at your home and decide not to attend a class. Do your projects online. So cloud campus is the next big thing, and I'm sure many of you would have been seeing articles being featured in these papers on how cloud computing is, changing the way education would take place in India also. So we thought that as an institute we should leverage on this. And one important development that has taken place, we have entered into we have signed a MOU with the Ministry of Human Resource Development, and very shortly we'll have an ICA TV, a channel on the 15th of August, where 8 hours of programming will be done by the institute. We'll have to drive the membership, the viewership, and all the students will be having access to 8 hours of lectures from eminent lecturers across the country. I think it's one big step. The Ministry of Human Resource Development has chosen the institute. They were launching 50 channels. Our institute has been selected to for the first channel. I think this is one big development that has taken place. And I'm sure this initiative would benefit because we are spearheading the education revolution, like how we had the agriculture, industrial and the IT revolution. Now it's education revolution. And the ministry is very clear that they want to have this channel. They have tied up with Prasara Bharati and the Ministry of Space. They have taken the transponders. And to our good luck, the entire platform is being given to us on a platter. And they have chosen the institute. Why? Because of the kind of goodwill what we have, number of students what we have. They said, the Minister for HRD, Mr. Pallama Raju, was there when we signed the MOU. He said, Mr. Raghu, we are very happy with the work you people are doing. We have done a complete validation about the entire institute, the activities what you are doing, the number of students, number of members, what you people are contributing. We have chosen your institute to get the first TV channel. I think that is something all of us should be proud and feel happy about it. So that is the first thing which we'll be doing for the students. Next thing is a cloud campus. In a cloud campus, today right now what is happening, the Board of Studies has come out with e-learning courses. We are having webcasts for the students. We are having e-books for the students. So we'll have more, IT-oriented stuff for the student, because current generation would like to have more IT-enabled for their studies. We'll have online mentoring. Let us say Sumantra Goa is free on a Sunday, he can register on the cloud campus that is available from 10 to 12. A girl who's in Durgapur, she wants to get some mentoring, she can go on a Skype chat with Sumantra and he can mentor her sitting at his home or office. So this is something which we want to do. We'll have an e-diary. The council has decided that all the training that is done by the students should be uploaded on the portal. We are having an e-diary so that the institute can monitor it. We'll have an articleship training portal. Today, let us say you have to depute your staff for bank audit. Many firms, we find that they are not doing any training for their article class. They just take them to the bank audit. Chalo, aa jao, kal karna hai, aa jao, saath mein aa jao. We want to change that. We want to tell the students that yes, if you want to go for a bank branch audit, this is what minimum knowledge you need to have. These are the standard checklists that you need to follow. This is a long form audit report. This is the tax audit report. This is the guidance note of the institute. We want to keep everything ready without even consulting the principal or talking to the principal. The students should be able to download everything at a press of a button. That is what we want to do. We want to empower them. So we are having a planning for an articleship training portal. We have already set up a team at Delhi which is working on this. So I'm sure these initiatives would benefit the students. And two important initiatives which I have requested the chairman also this morning. We want to set up reading halls across the country. This last year when I was a vice president, I took the lead in this. We set up 30 reading halls. Our target is 100. 70 more reading halls are required. I only hope our chairman would try to help me in this initiative in setting up reading halls. In each and every branch, I would like to give a reading hall. 5 lakhs is the support what we're giving you. We're also giving you a revenue grant. And please come forward and try to ensure that you set up a reading hall, because this is one initiative the students would be ever thankful to you. At the branch level, doing a reading hall is not difficult. That could be one, that could be in the top of your agenda. The moment you go back, identify a space. If you don't have place in the branch, don't bother, hire a space. Hire a space, have a reading hall, create a simple functional reading hall with good fans, water, drinking water facility, good tables, that is sufficient. I can tell you students will be so thankful to you. In a small branch like either Durgapur or Rourkela, I'm sure you can have a 50-seater. It's not very difficult to get a space at a reasonable cost. It need not be on the ground floor, it could be on the second floor also. Please try to work on a reading and we will sanction the projects on a fast track. You send me the mail today, we'll see that the approvals will give you 3 days flat. And Neeraj is there. Neeraj is the man who will process all these papers. I think Neeraj, we should facilitate a fast track process of approving all the reading halls through the Board of Studies. Please leverage on this and see how best. I'm sure we have 11 branches in your region. I'm sure all the branches, by the time I lay down office as president, I can say yes, Eastern India 100% compliant as far as reading rooms is concerned. I think the chairman has assured me, and I'm sure all of you would help us in this endeavor. Then number 2 is we want to set up 50 high technology labs. See, today what is happening, you go for a bank, you're appointed a concurrent auditor of a bank, everything's on CBS. You can't ask for ledgers. You can't ask for traditional printouts. Your boy should have the knowledge of working on a CBS. And CBS, to work on a CBS, you need to have audit software. Today I find that many members are not using audit software because it's very expensive. Each audit software costs 2 to 3 lakhs. So we want to see how best we can help our members in this particular initiative. We want to train our new generation students on the high-tech lab, because August 2014 we are launching ITT2. I do not know whether currently we have ITT1, where we talk to them about accounting, payroll, e-filing, the basic things. Then we realized this is not sufficient. Council has come out with a new ITT2. In this ITT2, what we do is, we give them an exposure to auditing in a CBS environment. We are doing a concurrent audit or a bank branch audit, how to do in a CBS environment. Number 2 is auditing in the ERP environment. Today, all the SMEs in the country, you go to any small, SSI, a small scale industry, they are working on ERP platforms. So our students should know how to work on an ERP atmosphere. If your client is having SAP and you send your article clerks to do an audit in SAP, if they do not know how to work on SAP, it becomes very difficult. So we want to empower the student community. Then also on a cloud computing environment. Everything is in the cloud today. All the companies are putting their information in the cloud. We want to empower. So we'll set up 50 high-tech labs. I've told your chairman, please identify the branches where we can have these high-tech labs, so that at least we can begin with the big branches and try to see how best we can do. But yes, as far as Eastern Regional Council, I've told him to send me a proposal at the earliest. I'll be sanctioning it as early as possible to our chairman, so that he could kickstart his year with a good IT center at Calcutta. It should be a high-tech lab. It's not a ordinary computer center where we have the normal computers you plug in. high-tech computer lab for which he has agreed. So for the students, we have the ICA TV, we have the cloud campus, we have reading halls, we have a high technology. This is something which we want to do for the student community, and I'm sure we'll have, I'm just giving you some of the key things which I want to do. The detailed action plan is already there on the website. Yes, technology is something close to my heart. All my friends, when we were having tea this morning, tell Raghu ji, आप IT city से है, आप Bangalore से है, आप कुछ करना पड़ेगा, institute को आगे ले जाना पड़ेगा. Ranjit was telling me, yes, and we have launched a mobile app. On the day I took over as a president, on the same day we launched a mobile app. I'm very happy to inform you this is a tremendous success. 70,000 people have downloaded this app. How many of you have downloaded here? Yeah, good. So I request others, it's available on Android. Madam, you have not downloaded? Please download it. On the mobile app and the iPhone also it's available. So you can get access to the latest information about the institute. If you want to know what Subhash ji is doing, you'll get to know, going on your mobile app. So this is something which we have done. We have launched a knowledge management gateway. What is happening in the current website, we have so many things. We have announcement of examination, announcement of committees, we have new guidance notes, we have what the president's program, we have president's message, so much of information. Many of these academicians don't like all this. They tell me, क्या है रघु, आपका website में पूरा photographs है, ये है, वो है. We're not very happy. So what I decided was, for the academic guys, people are not interested to know what is happening in the institute, we have created a knowledge gateway, which is live now. All the knowledge resources of the institute, all the various committees we have identified, we have told the committee secretaries, please start uploading on your own. So the chairman, the secretary of the accounting standards board will upload whatever is relevant he feels for the membership. So if you are not interested to know anything about the institute, don't visit the website. You go to the knowledge gateway. You want to know the latest IFRS, you go to the ASB and click it, you get the latest international financial reporting standard. So we have created a new knowledge gateway. So people who are interested in knowledge, no need to visit the website. They can come here and download the information of it. It's a very beautiful knowledge gateway. We have done a researching of all the top knowledge gateway, knowledge portals in the country, and we have designed it. We've taken about 6 months to develop this. So we launched this on the 12th of February. That is the advantage of being a vice president. When you are the vice president, you can start planning for your year and you can start driving new initiatives the moment you take over. So we launched this knowledge gateway. Yes, so on the 12th of February, we launched these two things. You'll have a lot of things coming up in the current year. There is a plan for a digital library. See, today what is happening, most of the tax portals are online. You take Taxman, you take CCH, or many good vendors, transfer pricing are all electronic. There's no need for us to invest in books and all that. So what we want to do is we want to give a user ID and password to all the members, so wherein they can have a digital library managed by the institute. We will subscribe to them on an all India basis and you can have access to all this. We're working out on a plan. We're just trying to see the costing. We have to take it to the council. I'm sure this will be approved by the council. And we want to set up a ICA Technology Center for developing software like audit tools and all what I said. We want to set up a center. I'm sure we'll be able to work on a lot of technology initiatives to see how best we can leapfrog. And the institute should be modern. Right? This is something which we have planned. These are the two things I said, mobile app and knowledge management gateway is already released, which have already eating. And infrastructure, as I told you, we already approved a policy. Get started, identify one good infrastructure project. See that before you lay down office, the infrastructure project happens, and that is where people in your local community will appreciate you for the good work you have done, and we are there to support you. I have just told the chairman, please ensure and motivate all your branch chairmen to do infrastructure projects, and we are there to 100% support you. Institute is having funds, there is no problem as far as infrastructure is concerned, and our council members have given me a free hand to see how best we can approve all the projects on a fast track mode. Branding, will continue to develop the brand. Brand is very good in the sense CA Institute brand is very good. We would like to see how best we can develop the brand internationally and globally, and you also can play a very important role in branding the institute by calling in all the top people in the local place. It could be a chamber of commerce, local commissioners. You need to do a continuous brand building exercise. I request all the branch chairmen to work on that. Finally, on the membership support and services for the CA Benevolent Fund, we plan to do a lot of building up the corpus. Corpus is inadequate. Sumantra Goa would agree with me. We find a lot of requests coming from members in distress, spouses of deceased members. We're not able to support them. We're supporting them for 5 years and then telling that, yes, we can't do any longer. We want to strengthen this corpus. Yes, we have an ambitious target. 100 crores is the target, but it's not so easy. This target was given to me by Mr. Mohan Das Pai when I had the opportunity of being with him when we dedicated the Mangalore branch recently. Mangalore has set up a new branch building in Karnataka. He said, Raghu, why don't you build a corpus of 100 crores of CA Benevolent Fund? I said, yes, sir. And how do you do it? He gave me a scheme. And then he said, why don't you have 1 crore, 25 people, 50 lakh, 50 people, like that. He gave me a chart and said, you can do 100 crores. I said, fine, sir, it's a good idea. Tell me, sir, how you can help me. He said, the first crore will be mine. and he made an announcement that he'll contribute 1 crore to the CA Benevolent Fund. So I requested the chairman, Sharaf ji, he is very well connected, I know. All of you can identify 1 or 2 individuals in your place who are ready to contribute. It could be 1 lakh, it could be 5 lakhs. Yes, today you can add it to the membership fee, but we know how many of us tick, many of us don't tick that. What I've requested the chairman is, when he goes to Raniganj or let us say Rourkela or Sambalpur, he should try to speak to the chairman, identify 1 or 2 people whom are potential, make a pitch to them and tell them that this is what we are doing. Just we don't do any aggressive thing, we just tell them. I'm sure we'll be able to get good contribution from Eastern region. Our chairman has assured me that he'll help me in this endeavor. I am making a personal request to all the branch chairmen here. If we are able to chip in and put some small effort in building the corpus, our members in distress will be helpful. Today we are all very happy that we are doing fine, but if our members are in distress, would get benefit, you will feel very happy. I was surprised 2 days back when I was waiting for my flight in the Bombay airport. One member from Mysore, one young member came from Mysore, he met me, sir, are you Mr. Raghu? I said, yes, sir, I am so happy, and he took a photograph with me and all that. And he said, sir, I lost my father in a car accident, and we had applied for the CA Benevolent Fund, and 4,000 rupees we pay every month. For 5 years we pay them. And she said, that really helped us, sir, we were in a very bad shape. And my mother was very keen that I should do CA. Today I am a chartered accountant, sir, but let me tell you, sir, that CA Benevolent Fund, whatever contribution you made really helped me, sir. I am really thankful to you, sir. And I have decided, I have joined a new job. My first month's salary I am giving to the CA Benevolent Fund. He said, it was very touching for me. When he said this, I said, I should, as a president, should try to see how best we can increase the corpus. Towards that, I would request each of the branch chairmen to see how best we can, try to support this initiative. Finally, friends, the last thing is research. Research is very important, critical. And today, if we say that we would like to influence the government will not get influenced so easily until unless you show them that you have done a lot of researching. We are supporting them on various initiatives, the government, and we would like to continue our focus on research initiatives and see how best we can help the government. Now, friends, this is finally my action plan. So I had to articulate to you all this so that you can decide where all you can help me in my action plan. I'm sure the chairman has given you his action plan. You can decide where all you can help him, where all you can help me. And definitely we can all as a team can work together, because 146 chairmen is a big number. And you people are the ones who are translating my ideas into action at the ground. And if you're convinced about my action plan and you feel, yes, Mr. Raghu has done a good action plan, I think 90% of my job is done. And we'll be very happy to seek your participation in the activities of the institute. I look forward for your support, good wishes, and I'm sure all of us together can make the profession move to greater heights. With this, I'm extremely thankful to our chairman for having invited me, and it's really great to be amongst you in this beautiful setting. I wish you good luck once again. I'm sure all of you will be extremely successful, and we look forward for a very successful year from your side, from your respective branches, and I wish you good luck. Thank you very much.